feet warm and gotta get my knee heated up so I can sit here and finish this filming. Oh my goodness. For the replay watchers, thank you for watching the replay. For my new subscribers and returning subscribers, thank you for being here. Hi, sweetheart Ola Joe. How are you? Sorry, it sounds like there's an echo. You're in my cubbyhole recording. And hi, Amelia. Thought I'd go live. Today is would have been the 75th birthday of my mother. So, kind of just gotta, yeah. I did sleep though. Shirt's been changed, Sandra. Oh, how are y'all this fine Sunday? Oh my gosh, there we go. Oh, I gotta do something. Sorry. Because we don't want the trollers. Gotta go to my channel. Pull up the live. Where are we? Okay, I can hear it good. Go to open a new tab. Hi, Stevan again. How are y'all? Hey, hi, April. I just gotta customize this real quick. Put it to subscriber mode. And bingo. There we go. And I can see. But I'm still working on literally after I ended the live this morning, I went to bed. And I meant to be up earlier than I did get up, so that way I could have plenty of time to cook dinner, but I ended up rushing to cook dinner, and then I was like, you know what? I just felt like going live. Hi, Lisa, sweetheart. And hello to everybody watching and everybody that's come in. I'm using some hand-dyed yarn from Dee's Creative Hands, and let me get to a decent stopping point so I can show y'all how far it is. Uh-oh, there we go. Sometimes there's been days I don't sleep, and it's just pain related. Right now, I do have a flare-up on the right leg, trying to kick in. I'm trying to stay ahead of it. I literally have a heating. I'll show you again. A heating pad that's in the shape of a knee brace, and oh, it's got a little fuzz on it. And I just wrap it where I need it on my knee, and it does wonders. It helps. Between that and some pain medication, helps to curtail, and doing this stuff really. Hey, Steve's girl. Talking with you guys and constantly crocheting helps. But this is how much I've gotten. I didn't get much done on the live this morning, but the nose is done. That's the mouth. It's glow in the dark, so it's going to be nice and glowy. No, actually, my Steve's girl, my orthopedic surgeon gave it to me. What, 2018? I believe, Panda. I'm not sure. Oh yeah, see, Andre, we went from 80. Let's see. Yeah, we were 82 today, and then tomorrow we're gonna be rainy, and they're saying below 60, in the 60s. Hey, Lori. Sorry I didn't see you. Hi, Matthew. Yeah, I'm always filming. It's just there's portions of this pattern that that doesn't need to be filmed, and it's a little bit longer of sections, and instead of me just sitting here watching a TV show that I have watched good Lord knows how many times, I go live, just go live, you know, and enjoy the day with you guys, enjoy the night with you guys, the morning, whenever I decide to go live, because my sleeping schedule is all over the place. I'll try to get it back to a normal sleeping schedule when I'm even normal, waking up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock at night, or in the morning, and then going to bed at like 10 or 11 at night. Whenever I try to do that, that only lasts like 2 days. It only lasts for like 2 days. And I hope those who don't have to work tomorrow have a good day today and have a good day tomorrow. But yeah, just doing this. It was so nice to be in the 60s finally. I wish it would just make up its mind. Are we going to go to the 50s and then the next day 80? That's the stuff that really, people who have like, especially chronic pain, joint conditions, or whatever, you know, that stuff hurts. It really does hurt. No, actually, I've watched all, I always watch them, but I just literally finished, well, I gotta catch the new episode of SVU. And then right now I've been watching Downton Abbey again. 'Cause I like to watch the series, like for Downton Abbey, I like to watch the series and then turn around and watch the movies. I am on Downton. Where am I at on Downton? It's a good show. I like it. I'm on season, oh my gosh, now you had to do that. Season 6, episode 7. So I'm almost done with the series. I'm about to venture into the movies. Let me go ahead and close that out so it won't play. So I'm about to venture into the movie aspect of it, which is fine. And I can rewatch a lot of shows over and over and over. And during the holiday season, I like to watch the Harry Potters. And I've already watched them. So, hi Nisi. How are you doing? But as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna bust it out. I'm gonna try to bust it out tonight because I got this, the gap between the eyes, then the eyes, and then it's just 25 more rows of just nothing but the, like, oh my gosh, like she dyed this perfectly, and that's just about true to color. She dyed it the way I wanted it to be, and because, you know, pumpkins aren't uniform orange unless they paint them, they're painted. But let me get to the next part because I got to count how many rows. I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I got a long way of not filming. How y'all did? Yeah, I can't even say. I always get tongue-tied when I say your name, but you know who I'm talking about. Row 44 to 50. Okay, give me one moment. I need to make sure my mic is on. It says on. When you're seeing the filming camera right here, this is like some armature somebody sent me that it's really cool. And that's how I get the over the head angle or hands angle, whatever, through my eyeballs. And then the red you can barely see in here is my mic. But I need to make sure it's actually, I need to mute YouTube for a second. Hello, hello, test, test. Uh-huh. Okay. How to calibrate it. Oh, Panda. Okay, so. Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay, okay. All right. You got to get this a little bit filmed real quick. Just gonna take me just a minute. Okay, let me get over to this one. Since it's color changing. Oh, what he said is, don't be making those noises no more. if it was on this mic was hooked up to my iPad, y'all would definitely care it because this mic catches a gnat's fart. It is so sensitive. I can have this room shut up, and he's in the bed with that door shut, and it's down the hall, and he's looking at TikTok. I can still hear whatever he's watching through this mic, through doors, down the hall, through another door, and it's like this mic picks up everything. I do when I actually go in to edit. I do have to calibrate the mic a little bit, to get all that background because it even picks up when our AC kicks on, and you can hear the air actually blowing when the AC or heater kicks in. It's just very sensitive mic, and I love them. Let's see if I can turn it a little. Turn it just a little bit so you can kind of. Oh, come on, Michael. There it is. I love how it's suspended. So if I bang on the desk, normally if it weren't suspended, if it banged on the desk, all the vibrations would go through and actually go into the mic. With it being suspended by suspension cables, it stops all that. And I bang my desk a lot. And then when you're working with Tunisian, you get these that bang the desk a lot, and that vibration can be sent into the mic itself too, which is it's sensitive. But for the price I paid for that mic, wasn't even $70. The first one I had, I used for almost 2 years straight, and it went out, and it got a lot of use. I mean, I used the heck out of that thing, and it went out when I moved my filming area, so I think I may have banged it or something. They actually are. Everything is attached to my filming table by suspension arms. Those spring suspension arms. The lights that I have for my filming are, because I'm shoved into a closet to try to help muffle the noise from the streets. Hi, Pam. And there's the shelf in the closet, and I have all the lights. They're all on those like suspension spring arm things that you can tighten down and whatnot. Kind of like, oh, you can't see it because I'm in the way. Kind of like how that light by the mannequin is right there. They have little suspension arms, and everything is attached that way to my desk. The lights, even this thing that's holding my iPad. Hi, Tony. Hi, Karen. And the only thing that has a really sturdy suspension arm is the thing that's from my this camera, because any amount of jostling can move the view that I have, because I have the view set up perfectly for everything. I think he's actually playing a video game while he's eating dinner and watching me. Go figure. So let me go over here real quick. I pulled this up, made this all in Stitch Fiddle just because it's easier for color work to do it in Stitch Fiddle versus pulling up. What is this? Oh, and TikTok. It's just he just scrolls through TikTok and just I mean, I was attempting to make for dinner something. I don't know how you say it in Spanish. But it's kind of soggy chicken for a Puerto Rican food. Well, when I went to add some mixture to the potatoes that were boiled, it turned into mashed potatoes. So I turned it into a soggy chicken soup, Puerto Rican style chicken noodle soup. So that's dinner tonight. It was originally supposed to be with rice, and I was like, oh, I got plenty of rice. No. I went to go open the rice container. I forgot to get rice. So that was the first change to dinner, was changing it from rice to changing it to egg noodles. And then when I went to go pour the chicken broth flavored gravy stuff into the potatoes so I could add the cooked chicken, it turned the it turned the potatoes into mashed potatoes. I had a feeling something was going to happen because those were some big potatoes, and you know when potatoes get so big, they're usually just a lot of water in them. Well, it turned them into mashed potatoes. So I was like, well, it looks like I'm changing it to chicken noodle soup thing. So I had to make 2 changes with dinner. Let me get over here to stitch fiddle real quick. So, okay, row 44, and that's 7 to 50, that's 7 rows. Okay. So for the next 7 rows, this will be rows 44 through row 50, you'll be using your background color and pulling up Tunisian simple stitches. That'll be a total of 130 loops on your hook. That does include, Michael's getting tongue-tied, thank God for editing. That does include your edge stitch. I'll be back once we pull up these next 7 rows. And stop. Now, let me remember this clip. I've got like 2 keyboards and 2 mice. They're both, like when I'm filming, I use wireless on both because they're all right here. The wired ones are here. Hi Mima. Go to 19. There we are. And now I get to just pull up. I need my stitch markers. And I colored my, and I put them all in these little containers because they're so easier to handle instead of just, I like to have mine color coordinated. Whatever I'm trying to say. But I'm loving this because the yarn that she dyed for me is the Pima cotton, and I'm really enjoying the glow. I've never used it. It's the glow in the dark from Bing Yarns. It is such. I like it, but I don't like it. If that makes. Oh, let me get rid of this. Where did I put my flipping scissors? Oh, there. So I can show you all the bling yarn. And it's, let me get rid of that other strand too. Hold on, I gotta do a voice recording real quick. Something just kicked in me. Where is my program? Where did the program be? Where is it? There we go. Oh, I need to pull it over here. Why is it going over there? Go voice. Oh, I could just read 18A voice. Okay, let me do this. Oh, cap lock Michael A VOICE. All right, and you can go ahead. Oh my God, what am I trying to say? And you can go ahead and snip off your other inputs of yarn and weave in your tails. And I'll work that into that clip I just filmed. Now, go to 19, put that there. But this bling yarn is actually, it's nice. Where's the camera? There it is. It's a nice yarn. But the thing I kind of don't like about it is that it frays, you know, it splits pretty easy, but it's still a nice yarn. And I got some actually in a blue color just like this too, because that's for a Avatar The Last Airbender hoodie that I want to do, that I still want to do. So I've got plenty of these. They were, when I got them last year, now that's how long I've been waiting. Last year, I got them for, I think they were on sale for $1, about $1 to $1.50 each, and I got 40 of these white ones and 40 of that. I'll just grab the blue ones real quick because it's really pretty blue that fits the Avatar The Last Airbender when his tattoos are glowing. Oh. yeah, I think that's like a really pretty blue for whenever I do the Avatar, The Last Airbender hoodie, because I want the arrows to go down the sleeve and kind of poke out, and your fingers kind of go through too, so that way you have the arrow here and then the actual hood part. And I think these would be perfect for it. And I already have all the other okay, let me switch over to that screen. All right, Pam, I think I know the answer, but just double checking. For the left-handed tutorials, do you just flip the image or right? If you, actually, I do both. No, I'm just kidding. I'm ambidextrous. No, I'm not. I film it right-handed, and the program I use has where, and a lot of the programs do, I flip it. I do flip. I have tried to learn how to do Tunisian crochet left-handed, and there's just no way. But there's going to be a time I'm going to have to do, because there's a stitch I want to use, and I want to use it left and right in the item I want to make. I just gotta figure that out. Oh, that's awesome, Neezy. Reset the. So I want to, because the stitch will look different when you do it right and left. It'll be two different ways, but it's still the same stitch. It's just, you know, doing it left-handed, it'll lean one certain way. Doing it right-handed, it leans the other. I want it to do that, so I'm gonna have to play with really just learning that stitch left-handed, so that way I can go through and do it and have it pull up the way I want. I want that in my next Irish inspired pattern, Mostor, because those two will, the right and left, will make a really gorgeous stitch combination. But then again, I'm doubting I want to do that, not just because of me not learning it, but still trying to make it. Hey, Mama, yeah. Well, I get on those little spurs at times where I just go live, and then, it all really kind of boils down to pain. When I'm not in pain, I'll go live as much as I can, and when I'm in pain, I kind of, if anybody ever saw that back in August 6th or whatever, the international giveaway I did for members only, you could see it in my face, and it was pretty painful. And I don't want you guys to see that, Hey, Sam, sweetheart. Oh, I need to weave these ends in. And like another thing I have that's all like my light, I have this because it's a magnifying, and I block the glare coming back up because it'll broadcast on my screen. But I have magnets all over this thing, so that way it can hold my darning needles everywhere. But let me weave this in. Okay. But I'm liking this bag, and then as soon as like I said this morning, as soon as this bag is done, I am busting out a lot of Christmas content, and they're not going to be well, there is a blanket, but it's going to be more. Oh, I need to weave that in just a little bit more. I don't feel comfortable. I don't want to say easy stuff, because I mean, yes, it's easy to me, but what's easy to me is not easy to you. But it's going to be stuff you can get done in a day, and they're going to be useful. And why is my trash can way over there? And why do I got yarn stretched? It's going to be useful as everyday objects. It's pot holders, Christmas. Oh man, my thing just. Come here. The Velcro just came off because I moved my leg too much. Pot holder, Christmas style pot holders. What else? Christmas style coasters. Like this is just me messing around, working up part of the, and I'm gonna turn it into a Christmas colors, you know, a stocking, things that you normally don't see from Tunisian crochet, and things you can get done on a budget as well. What color is this? Oh, it's orange. As well as, you know, you can use, you can use scraps if you have it. Plus, it's, you know, it's a little extra little festive flair you can add around your home. Sorry, I'm weaving in this last little tail because I don't like, normally I don't weave anything in until the end, and then I kick myself that I didn't weave it in as I went. But now, because I'm filming, normally when I film I don't leave tails because it looks just, yeah. Those magnets are so helpful, having them everywhere. Okay, there we are. What's going on? Oh, yeah, you gotta do. Let me get the scissors out of the way so I don't poke myself. And it is, Pam, like, if that 2-month long flare-up didn't happen, I would have had a lot more Halloween content besides just a trick-or-treat bag. I had a blanket planned. I had quite a few things planned. But then that 2-month flare-up happened, and I couldn't sit here to film. Halfway through the flare-up, I filmed just a tutorial on Tunisian in the round, how to do a Tunisian square. And from start to end, and that means, you know, me sitting here finding the yarn I wanted to use that's good on camera, then filming it, editing it, and getting it out, was about 5 hours of sitting here, and that hurt really bad. So for the most part of that 2 months, I was sitting over in the recliner with my leg up, and we have a TV right there, and it's plugged into my PC, and with the wireless mouse and stuff, and then I have Bluetooth, so I had my headset on, so I could watch anything. Hi, Debbie. So I was just watching away on TV shows, working stuff, and then that's where I got the wild hair up my rear end to start working on, because Holiday Jamboree blanket was supposed to be something different, and I just didn't. I did a lot of squares for the Halloween blanket that I didn't be able to get filmed, but I'll be filming it over the next few months and just storing it away for next year. But I was able to come up with the concept for Holiday Jamboree and work it up some, and I'll show you here in just a moment for those who haven't seen Holiday Jamboree. It's going to be done in the round, and I think it's gorgeous. I'm going to be undoing, what is it, frogging what I've done, because I just want to move stitch sections around, and then it's perfect. It'll be perfect, and then I can film it, and it's going to look, what did I do? Oh, I know what I did. I pulled the wrong Velcro. It'll look gorgeous once it's all done. It won't be I'm going to try to make it not as complicated as possible, but you know how that goes. It's still right here. This, let me make sure I'm showing the right way, is Holiday Jamboree in its temporary form. Just going to change around a little bit. And of course it's got baubles for the Christmas, but I'm pretty much kind of making it like a deconstructed Christmas tree in a way, with the present there in the middle, and then the tree skirt. You know, that's how I'm trying to work it now. Beforehand, I was just throwing things in there, and I didn't, like, the concept didn't click in my head until I got done with the baubles. It's like, oh, I could do it, like, you know, go in order. You got the present, you got the tree skirt, you got the tinsel, you got the lights, you got the Christmas bulbs, you know, all that stuff. you know, it's just, and then I got a Christmas tree. Well, the concept on paper works. A star topper that I want to do. I went through Mary Maxim and got some gold with the gold stellina tinsel, whatever, in it. Because it's hard to find gold with gold. You can find gold with silver, but you can't find, it's hard to find gold with gold. And I was able to find that at Mary Maxim, and I ordered some, so because that's what I wanted my Christmas tree star topper in. Ice has some, but with the import fees, I wasn't going to pay. And you know, there's not really a lot at Ice that I wanted anyway. But it was just that yarn. And when Marie at Fiber, what is her channel? Hey, Crystal. Oh, what is her channel name? I keep forgetting it. She went live last night. Marie Moses and Moses. What was her name? Her channel. Fantastic Fiber. She showed it a couple weeks ago on hers, and I was like, oh my gosh, somebody actually has the gold on gold. And I had to keep rewinding her live so I could see the label and where to find it. And so I found it, and that's what I'm going to do the Christmas tree star topper out of. And then, of course, there's going to be stockings. I'm going to do 2 different types of Christmas stockings. They're both going to be in the round little squares, but I'm going to do it 2 different ways so you can have an option. There's a keyhole scarf that I have plans for. There's that. There's quite a few Christmas stuff, and then as soon as the Christmas stuff is done, then I am going to be busting out blankets. I know I said I thought about doing that 52-week crochet along where it's the busybody, but that may have to wait 1 more year simply because that 2-month flare up, like I said, threw me way behind. I expected by now, if I didn't have that flare up, to be at least 80% done with that crochet along filming blanket, but that flare up, you know, so I'm just trying to get a lot of content pre-filmed and edited and uploaded to members, and then just release it from members. Hey, Garbitter. Hi, Ravina. Arrow, how are you? Dimps. Well, thank you for your first time being here. Welcome in. I'm just in here filming right now. I hit a spot where it's 7 rows of the same thing, and now I just got to pull up the 7 rows before I can move on to the next part of the pattern. Gidget, okay. I'll try to remember that. So now I do see you around on the streets or the YouTube channels, lives. Oh my gosh. That's the only thing, like, with these metal or the aluminum Tunisian hooks, is even the stoppers aluminum, and boy, do they make some noise. But I'd rather have them be aluminum than plastic, because I have broken 2 of our very first set that we ever got by stepping on them. Amber, hi sweetheart. Hope you've had a good day today. I know we saw each other 12 hours ago. But right now my leg is feeling good, so I'm going to be doing as many lives as I can while I still can get stuff done. But once it starts acting up, then I know it's trying to right now, but the pain medication's working right now. Oh, I need to turn this up. Give me 1 second. I forgot. I need to turn up my spinal cord stimulator. Where is it? Okay, it's Bluetooth. Okay, you have a good day at work, sweetheart, or good night at work. You know, I thought about that too, Sam, or that it's a medical cushion tape. What did I use that before for? I used it on something. I don't remember what. Okay, we are going to go to constant on. Yes. I need to up it just a little bit. Damn. There we go. I'll show you what I'll show you what the screen looks like. It's kind of just sits there, but no, I didn't say that. But that's what that all that blue right there is what the spinal cord stimulator is trying to block for pain wise. So I got a built-in TENS unit. I'm I'm bionic, but I have to have a card on me if I go to anywhere that has metal detectors, because I can't walk through a metal detector or it'll screw it all up. The magnetism of it. Okay, Lisa, y'all lurk away. I'm just here, you know, doing this. Y'all are keeping me company, along with Panda. I was gonna be shut up in here filming anyway, so yeah. I know Michi didn't go live today. She's not feeling well, and I was wanting to go live, but I didn't want to overshadow her. And then a few other people decided to go live too, since Michi's not going live. But it's like, you know, I'll watch their replays later tonight, because I'm probably going to be up all night and all day tomorrow working on this. And with that cold front should be coming in here in a few hours, actually. The $600 man. Right? Let's see, when's the wind shift. Yep, it's going to be coming in around 7 a.m. is when that cold front's supposed to come in. My son got some set of aluminum Tunisian hooks, so I can start on your basic vids. I'm excited. That's awesome. Oh, you just told me to, and I know I'm not going to forget. It's going to take me a few times. Gidget. That is, I love, like, the aluminum ones at first. I really didn't like them too much, because the hook itself is sharp, the tip is sharp, and the edge where it bevels down into the hook to make the hook, that was sharp, and it was scraping my hand the way I crochet. And then, but I forced myself to do 2 projects with them so I could give an honest review on them. And then I started forcing myself to do other projects with them. And they've really grown on me. And I like the metal, the aluminum metal ones now. I do have a favorite set out of them. The nice blue ones, I do like these ones. And I got 2 of these. And then I have 3 of the older ones that came out a year ago. I have 3 of those sets. And then I have what I call my bougie set. Hey Fuzzy, good seeing you again. And they're pretty bougie. I call them my bougie set because they come in a nice box. And they're all gold. So that's hey Norina. Sorry. So that's what I call my bougie set. That I won't film anything with them, because I just think that's, I don't know. That's the 7. Where's the other one at? Oh, I know where it's at. It's stuck in a project. But these are really nice. I like the box. I just won't use them on projects. I am making a Dimps. I'm making a trick or treat bag tutorial. in Tunisian crochet using hand-dyed orange yarn, the cotton yarn, and it's a jack-o'-lantern on the face, and the face of the jack-o'-lantern is done in glow-in-the-dark. And with all the the stuff that we're going to be putting out now, it's going to come out a little bit slower than I normally would put stuff out, because I'm going to be writing the pattern too. Because now YouTube has been letting creators link products off of from Etsy now. So I can link the pattern that I come up with or write for this to the video as well, and you'll see the little product thing down there, and it just takes a day for YouTube to recognize it's a little add-on you add on to Chrome to be able to favorite certain things, and yeah. But it takes about a day for Etsy and YouTube to talk, and then I can link them. And that's what I want to do. Is if you're wanting to know the pattern, you don't have to go hunting for it. The pattern would be there in, as a product on the video itself, for the tutorial. And yeah, so I'm going to be making the item and then filming it, all the same thing, and then turning around writing the pattern. This will be easy to write simply because it's more Grafganish, so it'd be a lot easier to write. I don't have to get all fancy with it, and like I had to do with the Tunisian hexacardy and dimps. I love Tunisian. I've been doing it for almost 16 years, and I love it. Like, I've made it a point to know what I'm talking about, so that way, I'm teaching correctly. Okay, got a factory knot. I guess D didn't catch that, but you can't really stop those either. There we go. Where's my trash? But I have to pull back just a little bit. There we go. I love it. I just, anybody here can tell you, it's my passion. Tunisian crochet is just a huge passion of mine. And I like doing the tutorials. I like doing the item makes. I like doing it all. I'm slowing down on the stitch tutorials right now. I'm going to be refilming some of the older ones because Michael didn't know a dang about filming back then. Now I do. So I'm going to refilm. Where's my working? There it is. I'm going to be refilming a lot of the older ones so I can get them into the same style. And then I still have stitch tutorials. I have like 523, I think I said. I think I looked to 523 stitch tutorials. I've only done 62 or 63, so there's plenty more to come. Just right now, until I can learn this pain syndrome with my right leg, I've kind of had to cut down on those for right now, but they'll be coming back. And then there's some that I've been holding off doing that I don't want to put out just yet, because I want to put them out with a project so you can actually see how pretty that stitch really is. Oh, that's where I recognize your name. Yeah, Yarn Over Hook Sammy. She's awesome, by the way. Like, she makes me just, even though, I have what I have number-wise, she still makes me feel like I'm just a person, not some fancy yoo-ha person. And and she's just so calm and chill over there. There's another one, too, that I like. I love her style and everything. What's her name? Taylor. Oh, she's live right now. It's Taylor's Yarns Creations Crochet. Her name is Deborah. She's really cool. I like her. she's got such a really cool vibe about her, and her outlook on everything. She's always cheerful no matter what. And yeah, she's just really cool. And I like to find new people that they're new to me. And I like to just either through the shorts feeds or just hit the live button and have it filtered for crochet. But yeah, Panda, my husband, told got me on to Deborah. What the? Oh, I didn't do it. Okay, whew. I thought I stitched two together. I was like, what did I do? Means I have to. No, I'm not frogging. But no, I didn't. But it's just, yeah, I'm just, like I said, I'm just filming, and I was going to be shut up in this room anyway. This is my yarn room and yarn heaven. The garage is the yarn room too. And we're saving up right now for Black Friday, because I know Hirschner's is going to have a big Black Friday deal like they always do. And I want more solids, Big Twist, because Big Twist is what I really love. Speaking of which, I ordered 15 dark teal Big Twist from Mary Maxim. I had 4, and I just love that color. I did my Ireland blanket in that, and I want to do my next Irish blanket in that same colorway, but I want to make it bigger, so I'm going to need about the 19 to 20 that I have for that, because I'm also going to be throwing in the Big Twist mustard color into that too. But that blanket's going to take some time to make, just because of how perfect, or not perfect, but how I want the stitches to work into it. Hi, Nikki. How are you? I thought about having y'all see my hands while I'm doing this. It's just kind of awkward for me, because the iPad would be sitting here, I'd be underneath, and it was pretty awkward when I did it a day or two ago. And so I was like, well, this is kind of behind the scenes. A lot of tutorial channels really don't do this. I think the other one that kind of does this every now and then is Mikey over at the Crochet Crowd, which I love. That man is just phenomenal. His designs, and then you know, when you chat with him behind the scenes, he's just, how he is on camera is how he is behind the scenes. Just like me, how I am on camera is how I am behind the camera. Another person, I got to get back into chatting with them again, is Crochet with Tiffany. She's really sweet and nice. Craig, Fiber Spider, best friend. We chat a lot. And then, you know, you got Chris over at Bag a Day, who is a busy bee. That woman is always busy with her Mary Maxim yarn, her own yarn line, dyeing her own yarn, which I wish I could get some of her yarn, because the colors that she has is just beautiful. Hey, Lana. Yeah, well, it kind of is, but like right now, I have 7 rows of just the same stitch over and over and over. All I got to say on the tutorial, the next 7 rows, you'll be doing this. And that helps cut down on, especially like with graph Gannet stuff, you got to film almost every row. There's a holiday, last year I did a holiday tapestry, a wall hanging tapestry that said Happy Holidays, had a bell and holly on it, and I had to film almost every row of that 200 row project. And those long ones like that, they do get really, they hurt. They really do hurt. I won't be doing something like that for a long time, simply because of how much time it takes to make and film and edit. You know, I had a good 40 hours of, what is that, raw footage that I had to edit down and get it into as short of a frame that I could, and I could only manage to get it down to 6 hours. So there's a lot, especially for us tutorial channels, that we have to deal with and maneuver around. And there's stuff like, I love doing GraphGAN stuff. I really, really do. It's just very time consuming. Like, this is one blanket. Do I have it on here? I did for my sister-in-law. There it is. I may turn down my brightness. But that blanket in itself took me 4 weeks, but you know, having to film every row of that. Like, I love doing GraphGANs. I really, really do. And that's in Tunisian simple stitch, and you can see how crisp the image is. And that took me a little about 4 weeks, but it's so much in it. And then I did this one for my mother-in-law. Like, I really do love doing GraphGANs, but filming them is a different story. I did this one for my brother-in-law. That one was for that one was for a friend because they love Ghostbusters. And then, no, I don't have any more on here. Yeah. Oh, the ortho surgeon, my ortho surgeon, I did that for my ortho surgeon. And that's all Tunisian simple stitch. And, you know, hey, Sandy. They just take a long time with GraphGANs. I would love to see your setup and how you have your yarn. Oh, what really helps, Amber? These clips. Feed your yarn through the clips, clip them onto your desk or onto your box that you're working the yarn out of, and it keeps it all. What? I have Beetlejuice inspired. I don't know. Post. I have a Beetlejuice inspired. Oh my gosh, that was last year. I've done a lot of tutorials since then. Oh, I know what it's called. No, I can't find it that way. Give me one moment, I'll find it. Because, yeah, I'm getting close. Keep scrolling fast enough, I'll get close. But, yeah, GraphGAN stuff, it does take a long time. It is slow, and filming it is hard. It's very time consuming. Holy crapola. Wow, okay. I'm sorry, I saw something. Like, here's the holiday one that I was talking about. I did that one. It's backwards because that's just how these cameras are working right now. So there's that one that I did. And then for for Christmas and Beetlewing. That's what I called it, Beetlewing. Where is it? That one did take me a while to do. Did I 11? Should be getting close. Okay, there's Gigabyte. Yes, I'm getting close. And there's Bunny Meadows. Aha. Yeah, that's my Beetlejuice inspired. Minus the text on it, but yeah. That was my Beetlejuice inspired tapestry from last year. But I've gotten, after the holiday one, I was like, yeah, I can't do these as much as I would love to do them. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Tammy. I'm doing pretty decent today. I'm trying to get as many get some lives in, because I know you guys do miss seeing me, which is kind of, it's weird to me, but yeah. And I know I'm going to be having a flare up soon. There's just no way, ifs, ands, or buts about it. I can feel it kind of starting, and I know I'm not going to be able to do lives. So I'm just trying to, you know, be out here. I'm definitely going to be watching your videos. Excuse me. No, no, that's fine. A lot of the older, like my beginning stitches that I did in the beginning, they were filmed differently. I didn't know what I was really doing with the filming, and I learned a lot thanks to Crystal at MDL Crochet, Mikey, and Craig, pretty much teaching me better ways to film, or not, yeah, better ways to do camera angles, and teaching them better ways to, you know, clip stuff a lot easier and whatnot. But I have no idea what I was going. Well, yeah, but I was filming the beginning ones. I want to say this first 20. I literally filmed with my phone over me like this. I didn't know about angles. Now I know everything about angles. I know lighting. I didn't know that back then. I'm gonna be refilming those here in the next few months too, so that way they're back, and I can get those base 5 refilmed, because I want to do like a little intro to Tunisian, the basics, like playlist, so that way it's easier. I need to organize my playlist because my playlists are a hot mess. All I have been doing is just, yeah, exactly. Hi, Karen. Hey, Dr. Mom. Hi, Blair. Hi, Denise. Thank you all for coming in. And past few days, this is my 3rd live in 2 days, and I like to, whenever I can, kind of get some lives out of are done, so that way I know I don't have to, because it does bother me when I don't go live, but whenever I'm in a big flare up, it really bothers me more. But then this way I know, okay, I've been live recently, because it does eat at me, especially with my flare ups. And I try to pop into other people's lives, so people can still see, hey, I'm still here. But no, it's talking about Bag of Days dyed yarn. I wish I could get some, but if I do, I have to get it for Panda, because she does the wool. See, the thing with wool for me is I'm not allergic to the lanolin. I'm allergic to the actual fiber. The fiber really messes with my airway. When I was working on the prototype to the Tunisian hexacardi, when I was trying to make sure everything worked, I was using a 30% wool, 70% acrylic yarn. I had to have a fan blowing, so that way I didn't breathe in the fibers, because they tend to like close up my nose, close up my throat. So I steer away from yarn, or wool yarn, but she dyes wool, and I know she's starting to experiment with some others, but she's been really, really pretty. Her colors are very vibrant, and Nessa showed some off on her channel, Infinitely Zero Nessa, who, if you know, Nessa is, like, for me, like, she knows it all about yarn. You know, you have a question, she has the answer. There's been a few times I've been looking for a certain color and I can't find it. Next thing I know, I tell her about it, in a message, and she's sending me like 15 links with different companies that have it. And yeah, Denise, I'm the same way. And you know, right now it's, especially with the economy, you got to be careful what you spend the money on, and splurging on non-value yarn is something I can't do. This cotton that I'm working with right now, this orange, was Dee's Creative Hands dyed it for me, but she did it as she didn't want me to pay for it. So she sent me 4 hanks that were 220 yards, I believe, of DK Pima. And this is the idea I wanted. I told her I want orange, but I don't want it to be, you know, I don't have any laying around. Oh, yeah, I do. I don't want it to be, you know, oh, well, thank you, Karen. Thank you so much. And yes, Amber, she really is knowledgeable. I didn't want it to be like a solid orange, because pumpkins aren't solid. You know, they have their color variations, and this is just beautiful. You know, very beautiful. And you know, Karen bought me some yarn from the cotton yarn from Rusty, which there's a gift I got. He already knows it's coming, so I can say it. I had Rusty dye some 3 hanks of cotton, should be coming soon, for Panda, and for our 25th anniversary to being together is coming up in next month on the 19th, and I wanted to get him something special, especially with everything he has had to put up with me and my pain, and me and these long hours of crocheting, filming, shutting myself away when I'm doing all this, you know. So yeah. Hey, Vima. Okay, Lisa, have a good day. Well, can't wait to see you again, Dempson. You have a good day at work. Oh, you're getting off work, so have a safe drive home. Yeah, I didn't get that for him. I got him yarn. You know, and the colors that we are coming up with, that we came up with, are pretty. And Rusty does a really great job dyeing cotton. And I have 2 hanks of sock weight over here, and 2 hanks of, it's either a 3 or 4 weight rainbow colors, and I already know what I'm going to be doing with those when I can get to it. And so they're going to be useful, you know. Dee also sent me, it's a darker, I want to say almost copper color, with a copper color orange with gray in it. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. That's probably, I'm gonna do a beanie out of it and save that for next year Halloween, just because of the orange in it. And yeah, I should get some nuggies too. No. It's kind of funny. I want to say it was like, what, 2020. We actually forgot our wedding anniversary. We were sitting there, and it was already like 10 p.m. and we're like, oh crap, today was our anniversary, both of us. And he goes, or we look at each other and we're like, oops. Okay, Amber, have a great night, sweetheart. Thank you for coming. I'm gonna do something here, just because. There we go. There you are. Uh-oh. My hook just fell out. and I've noticed there's like a huge influx of crochet, yarn related crochet and knit related channels now, which is awesome. It means that you know, the craft is getting out there more. The um, people are getting more comfortable with being behind or in front of a camera and, you know, putting it out there. Like, I think that's really, really awesome. And even if they don't become a tutorial channel, they just sit there, you know, chit chat while they're crocheting or showing off yarn. You know, that's, it all adds up to our community. That's what we are. You know, we are a huge community, regardless if you do knit, Tunisian, crochet, macrame, yarn, or what is it, rug tufting, which I want to, that looks really cool. I have a, you know, there's just a lot going to be coming out too. I've got a lot of spring stuff that I'm going to be filming. There's Pineapple Express blanket. I should have been filming it already, but that 2 month threw me behind. Bee's Knees. The yarn is sitting on my yarn shelf that I got from Rena, that she did some just for me for that. Amber. And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. There's really nothing wrong with being like that. Just turning on the channel or turning on the camera, grab your crochet project and just sit there and chat with people. There's nothing wrong with that. There's people, you know, sitting at home that can't leave, and they need somebody to talk to, you know, and it helps a lot of people. I can't be that type of channel. I can't be, that's not me. I don't mind going live like I am right now when I'm filming, but I like to film. I like to teach. That's me. And I want to get Tunisian out there, get it more popular. And that's happening. That is happening. And I see it, you know, and getting people out of their comfort zone, out of the crochet comfort zone or knitting comfort zone. Let them try Tunisian. You know, look at Bonnie, that woman. Oh my gosh, Bonnie blows me away. I remember starting my channel and she said from the get-go, I would never do Tunisian crochet. And I gotta find her channel. She said she would never do Tunisian crochet, right? That woman, I know I'm subscribed to her, jeez. Seriously? Oh my gosh. Picked up to me, she just picked up, she did a few things in Simple Stitch. Come on. And there we go. And she jumped into Ruby's Dream. Ruby's Dream, my wrap, is an intermediate to advanced pattern. But she jumped into it and it came out gorgeous. Her doing it, yeah, Bonnie, there we go. There's a really good picture of it too. Like, for somebody who had no idea and always told me I'm not doing anything, and then she did a couple Simple Stitch scarves, and then next thing you know, she gets Ruby's Dream, and she had questions, don't get me wrong, but she took her time and she did it. Dived headfirst into an advanced pattern, and it came out phenomenal. That right there tells me I'm doing what I set out to do. Make it to where somebody can do it. I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm somebody's cup of tea, though. Hi, Carol. She jumped headfirst into that. Yeah, she did. She really did, didn't she? You've helped me a lot, Michael. I have depression, anxiety, and I don't feel alone knowing someone else goes through that too. And Karen, you know, that's the other thing too is I like to. I'm not a P. I don't. I'm not a medical professional. I played one on TV at one time. Um, but this stuff, yarn, crocheting, knitting, Tunisian, I feel is really great mental health therapy for us because it takes us out of reality for a while and we get to focus on something we're creating, something beautiful, or just something to, mess around with. I think it's really great just for depression. I think I'm not, like I said, I don't have any letters behind my name, but I think it's great for depression. I think it's great for people in chronic pain because it helps you focus so you can put the pain on the back burner. Okay, good nights. Why am I there we go. I don't know why my chat was all messed up. I know where you're going there. Good night, everybody who's going to sleep. I know it's starting to get late on the East Coast, and some people go to bed early too. But yes, it's saved lives, regardless if it's the person who's crocheting or the people around them. And for me, though, like for me, it has opened. I want to say it's about maybe 2 years ago is when like I didn't really have a creative spur or bone or whatever you want to call it. But then I don't know what happened about 2 years ago. The creative everything was just flowing. So my list just kept growing and growing and growing, and that's something in all my years of crochet has never happened. So it was like, okay, now I have all these plans. I've got content for years, and then I have access to convert Bag of Days stuff to Tunisian and there's a few things I still have that I want to convert. I just got to get to them. And because she's great with that idea. She loves seeing her stuff in Tunisian. And, it's just that the flowing of everything that's just constantly coming out of my head. And I'm one of the weird folks. I can actually crochet in my head. And I do that to see if the project's going to work or am I going to run into issues because I wanted to do something. Am I going to run into issues? And if I run into those issues, I can crochet through those issues in my head and figure it all out. So my mind's always running and busy. Yeah, I needed it for a long time. And then yes. And it really has. I understood what you're saying, Karen, and it's yeah. And then not only that, your self caring for your mental health, and you're making something out of that with the knit, crochet, or Tunisian that has helped you get through that or deal with it or push through it, that you're gifting to somebody else now to and it could be that one item that says to that person, I want to learn how to do this. I learned when I was 14 from my grandmother, and I'm 48 now, so there's the math. But hey, Jen, I didn't say hi earlier. I'm sorry. Oh my goodness, that's the thing with these one parts you don't have to film. You start getting I don't want to say bored, but my mind starts wandering onto other projects. How can I do this? How can I do that? Can I, instead of doing this, can I do this? Will it turn out this way? That's just my mind always going crazy. I mean, that's why I've got that door that leads into this room, nothing but dry erase with projects on it. I've got, I want to say, a 3 feet by 2 feet wide dry erase right here, another 1 foot by 5 feet on this little wall, all projects that just keep coming into my head. And I see something in nature, or I'm looking at, there's a really cool subreddit on Reddit that I like to look at. It's a history and artifact one that gives me ideas. I saw something a couple months ago, and I was like, oh my gosh, I could do something very similar to, and it's off a bracelet from, I want to say it was what, 3,000 years old. And I saw that, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I got a pattern in my head. Like, I saw it, I knew it. I'm still thinking of the name of it, and I already know the colors. I got plenty of the colors I want to use for it. I want to do it in a charcoal gray with mustard, and it is an ancient Egypt pattern bracelet that I saw, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do that in Tunisian. That's, yes. So that's another one of my mini blankets that I keep coming up with. And I don't like doing, I don't really like doing blankets, but I know my strength. My strength is blankets. So there's going to be a lot of blankets. There's going to be other stuff too, but blankets are my strength, and I know that. So there's going to be a lot of blankets. A lot of textured blankets. A lot of texture. Especially in Most Store. Most Store, when I get ready to start doing that, the textures are going to be out of this world. It's going to be, in my head, it looks gorgeous. The stitch combination so far that I have come up with and going to be placing in it is going to be gorgeous. The Princess of the Rhine blanket that I'm going to be doing it in a regular teal with a, I think it's called Rose Pink. Big twist. And the pattern I have for that is going to work up really well too. But, and then of course there's Pineapple Express. I'm going to be doing that in kind of yellows, just because, you know, pineapple. I got to refilm Beach Bum because I don't know what happened with that thing. When I wanted that to come out this summer too, but when I got done with making everything and then put it together, I was like, oh, this can't even fit a toddler. What was I measuring? So that had to go back to the drawing board. I don't know where I got my math wrong at. I mean, I could have been in a lot of pain and just didn't realize what I was doing. And then I've got a couple bags that I want to do. There's the Beach Bum bag. There's the, a bag I'm calling right now in my head called Bag of Holding. Go for it. I don't know where I came up with these names. It's just how I file it in my head and write it. If I want it to get out of my head, I put it on the dry erase board with that same name, but I know what it means. So yeah, I have to brag on myself. I just knit a baby blanket and made up the pattern, and the person loved it, and the baby did too. That's awesome, Karen. Jen, your dry erase board's full of ideas, and I have notebooks full of ideas. Understand completely. I have notebooks too. I got notebooks laying all over this place. Like this is all notes in here, and that came from, I don't know where I got that from. And then my normal notebook, you know, it's in grid paper, so that way I can, and it's full of ideas everywhere. And it's one of mine, but it's full of ideas everywhere. That I like using the grid one because then I can see if things are going to work. I can put the stitches put the symbols for the stitches in the little grid and see, and I can get a better visual representation of what I'm looking for. I can see the symbols as what they are, for what the stitch they are, and I can get a better overall view of what I'm looking for. If that makes sense. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you all go. I want to thank you all for hanging out with me for the last 80 minutes. Oh my goodness. Wow, time flies. Have a great Sunday night, or Monday for some of you. And I hope you all, if you don't have to work tomorrow, rest, relax, enjoy it. If you have to work tomorrow, have a great day at work. And remember just to let yourself happen. Just let yourself happen. Don't try to control yourself. Just let yourself happen. And as I like to say, and I say it because if you're doing it, that means you're moving forward constantly and you're still moving. But keep stitching. All right, love you guys. You all have a great night. Bye.